Good afternoon and welcome to Matrix 101. I'm Connie Nieto, one of four full-time instructors here at the Miami Association of Realtors. Via chat is Maggie Curiel, my colleague and instructor as well. We will be showing you today Matrix 101, Getting Started. Matrix 101 is a great class. We do invite you and would like to let you know that we have recordings of this class, and this one is being recorded as well, available to you at youtube.com/miamitrainers and also on Miami Realtors Live. Take advantage of all the recordings available, and we do advise you to take this class the first couple of times just by watching and take your notes, and then you can go ahead and come back in and start to click through. Clicking through is the best way to learn, but watching once is probably the best idea. Now, once you come into miamirealtors.com, there are two ways to log into the Miami Gateway. You can do so on the top here, or you can scroll down and click on the Miami Gateway. The Miami Gateway gives you single sign-in access to several products and services. Once you log in with your license and password, you come into our dashboard page. Miami Realtors Live, where recordings are available for you to search, is available right up here. Matrix right here. The first 30 days of your membership, you have access to both Matrix and Rapatoni. If you're interested in the long run to have access to both databases, you can subscribe to Miami Platinum Plus. Today's class is featuring Matrix 101, Getting Started. Maggie has sent information, and I'm sure she'll resend again the links where you can contact us, obtain our information, and get a hold of your Miami trainers if needed, as well as the YouTube channel and Miami Realtors Live link. When you click into Matrix here, you will then open up and you will be on the home page. The home page consists of this that you have here. You have a search, access to eProperty Watch, which we discuss in working with buyers and sellers, information, external links that give you access to Florida Realtors, the NAR, the tax services for the area of coverage for our MLS, which includes Miami-Dade, Broward, Palm Beach, Martin, and St. Lucie County. We also have the registered 55 plus communities, the school systems in our area, as well as links to IMAP, Data Co-op, Form Simplicity, and so much more. This home page can be moved around, and you can actually pick widgets and move it from one area to another. When you start to work, you will see others appear, including favored searches, etc. Your listings in this area here should appear, and if you currently have none, you would show like I do, and your firm ones, etc. You have a market watch that we will review in Matrix 201. If you'd like, join us next week for the next session. Also here on the top page, you have a list of items available to you on the top. Starting from left to right, you have My Matrix, and we will cover a couple of these, including where you save and find the searches you've done. We have searches. There are different search types. RE1, RE2 is single family condo search together. There's residential income, residential land, residential rental, commercial land, business and agricultural and industrial, commercial improved, business opportunity, cross property, and all of the items here. We will be covering how to search in these soon. We have statistics. We invite you to take a marketing statistics class with us. Realist link, IMAP link, links, additional links, finance information, and our ad edit. Our Matrix series and MLS series contains 4 courses, 101, 201, 301, and MLS 401, where we discuss adding and editing listings. You can take this one, just this one, out of order. So if you see it available and you're interested, take it. This shows you how to add and edit listings, add photos to the system, personalize the system with additional pictures of yours, and also walks you through the database so that you can understand how exactly it is that you can search even more effectively. There are market reports that you can schedule on demand, also in our statistics class. One of the first things we're going to go ahead and do is come over here to the top right and click on the down facing arrow next to your name. The first item I want to bring attention to is the help area. If you need additional assistance, you can click through here into help, And you'll see that you have the data input forms used to enter listings, which are also available at miamirealtors.com/MLS. We also have Matrix Training Guide, What's New in Matrix X, since this is a new version of Matrix, Matrix video tutorials, additional ones from the ones available to you through your Miami trainers, Matrix support. Here I'm going to go ahead and click and select to click on support, and there is an 800 number for tech support available to you Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. and Saturday and Sunday from 8:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. The number is 888-825-5472. Also here, you have a CoreLogic Interlinks light chat available to you Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where you would just click through to obtain information. Continuing, I'm going to click again on Matrix. We have information on search, which is info on searches, how to do a cross-property search, how I save my searches, etc. You also have speed bar information, which we discussed in Matrix 301. This is the speed bar up top, available on all screens, where you can search MLS, listing agents, and more. You also have information here on emailing, how to send an email, which we will cover soon. CMA, which we also cover in Matrix 301. Reverse prospecting, covered in the ad edit, which is a list of other agents that are sharing your listing. So this is great for you to do marketing, etc. Matrix Mobile, there is a mobile version to Matrix that you can access. You guys can log in to your device, any device, by going into sef.mlsmatrix.com. As long as you have internet search, you can use it on your phone, log in with your license and password, and it is a reduced version of the system. So if you need access to it, you can access Matrix just about from anywhere. You also have open houses. Open houses in the system are public and broker. If you choose public, you can use public virtual or just public, which are regular. That means that they're available for people to come in and see. And you also have broker ones, which are just meant for agents and brokers. Both of these are shared to specific list. The broker ones you can search here, or you can search on the dashboard, and the public, virtual, and public, you can search at South Florida openhousesearch.com. Also provided and more information given in our Working with Buyers and Sellers course. You have information here on Real List, area maps, city list with municipality codes, and more. I'm going to take a minute and open the area maps. Give me 1 second. And when I click on area maps, you can click through and see Fort Lauderdale. Let's see if it'll load. North Broward. And these area maps, there used to be a distinct way all counties are divided in South Florida into areas. I'm going to go ahead and click here on the Fort Lauderdale one. And this opens up and you can see how the area in Fort Lauderdale is divided. Normally people would know, well, this is area 3840, or I might dedicate myself to the area of 3560. And this is information that's necessary. The Fort Lauderdale map in this instance provides you information on out of area description. The area of 5940 featured here talks of Florida properties outside of Miami-Dade, Broward, Palm Beach, Martin, and St. Lucie County, which is RMLS coverage. Sometimes people choose to list out of area listings, and you can find them easily by searching 5940. 5950 is the Islands and Caribbean. That's how you can search or add listings in the Islands and Caribbean, including the Bahamas, right, etc. 5960 is US other than Florida. So in another state, you know, Denver, Colorado, Los Angeles, California, a New York listing, a Georgia listing, etc., you would be able to find it under the area 5960. And then internationally, the area to use would be 5970. Who decides if you could put these out of area properties right into the MLS is your broker. So communicate with them, and these would be the codes to use when adding them. There is a new prompt right now when you go ahead and add edit, and we teach it in 401, that allows you to select out of area, and you can say other county, or you could go ahead and put in other country, etc. And it allows you to put in features and information so that it's easier to search. Join us for a Matrix 401 class. Take the full series. Coming back to Matrix, we also have, I'm going to show you Miami-Dade County. We click on the Miami-Dade County map, and here are the areas for Miami-Dade County. If you're a Coconut Grove person, you would be Area 41, and most of the city of Miami is here. Notice here you have divisions, you can see the lines, right, with information. For detailed maps, you can purchase them, but they have to be done so through membership, and you have to see when they would be available to provide them to you. But these maps suffice. In Miami-Dade County, there is a special phenomenon where the folio number or property ID, the first 2 digits denote municipality code, and the second set of 2 digits denotes the area. So you can use it to get area information, the folio number. Continuing now, we're going to dedicate ourselves to personalizing the system and making it yours for branding and marketing purposes. To do so, we will do it here on the upper right-hand corner. Click under your name, and we're going to come into the settings area. In the settings area, we will be reviewing my information. Manage personal branding and options in the system. So we will select here. Once we've selected here, it brings you to this initial page. This information will then be covered in most of the subsequent tabs. We will be going information, header and footer, CMA cover sheet, email signature, agent webpage, and portal profile. The information here, the first name, can be overridden. So if you use another name, you can put it between italics, or you can come and put it in nickname. If you have a middle name, you can add it in, your last name. And then if you want your full name to show with your designations and certifications, you can click here to override and type it in, which is what I have done. I put in my full name with the certifications that I have earned. The email address here is the one that you provide to membership. We do suggest that if you need to change your contact email, that you go ahead and email membership at miamire.com, and within 24 hours, they will change the information here. Title of employment, you must come into the system and go ahead and type in your title of employment. Doing so is easy. Simply come in and type what it is that you use as your title: realtor, realtor associate, real estate agent, and make sure you put it in so that you can use it in your cover sheet, in your email signatures, in your agent page, and your header and footer. Public contact number and cell phone number. Go ahead and take a minute and type it in. Anybody have a pager out there? Anyone? Pager? Just making a joke. Most of us don't have a pager now. Our phones do so much more. Fax number. If you have a fax number and you'd like to share it, there are people that still use the fax. Go ahead and put it in. If you need to come back and update this information, always know that you can come to the top right, hit next to your name, come into settings, and change the info. If you pay for your realtor designation, then yes, you can put in realtor. Remember that when you get your membership, you choose whether you want to be a realtor or realtor associate. Continuing from here, the items that are grayed out belong to your office information. If you see a discrepancy here, contact your office manager or whoever's in charge of the info so that they can update the association. That, for example, is, let's say I am at the Pembroke Pines office and my location is showing as Miramar location. All I have to do is contact the office and say, hey, could you guys possibly change me within the system? And they can request a change. A tagline or a slogan. Take a minute here. If you're new, you may not have one, but you could probably use the one for your office or your brokerage. If you do have one, go ahead and type it in because then it lets you select it when you're creating your header and footer and your site. Additional information, any other info that you'd like to provide. Notice that I've added my website URL, but I've also put a link tree here. If you have a website to add it in so that it is a true link, I'm going to go ahead and open up an additional tab and show you what my website looks like. This is one of the websites provided by the association. It is a Proxio showcase. It is a mini site with an international MLS search and developments and featured listings that you can share. All of you can have access to this. Join us for a Proxio class if you'd like to create one. It is for free from Miami. Once I have it open up here, so you would open a tab, open up your website. All you do is come to the very top, copy the URL, and that you can come right back into Matrix and then go ahead. I'm going to remove and delete this so I can show you. You can paste it in. Control V or Command V to paste in. My link tree was the same thing. You can choose to go ahead and have your link tree. If you have not created one, you can have one for free. I'm going to go ahead and open up mine and show you how wonderful a link tree can be. It provides links to information where people can come and click through. So if you have several websites, if you have items that you'd like to feature, if you would like clicks on, if you have a YouTube channel, you could have it all on Linktree and then go ahead and share it. The same thing, I copy the URL. And since that's what I chose as additional information, I come to Matrix, right? I'm gonna remove what's here. I'm gonna right click and paste it in. If you have a suffix that you would like to add, you can do so here. So if you're the third, His Majesty, Her Royal Highness, etc., you can add here. Once you're done with this initial page, review your items, and then on the lower left-hand side, select to click on Save. Once you do this, on the top left, you will receive in yellow, your changes have been saved, and you know that you're ready to move on and that the changes are in the system. We don't have a class for Linktree, but we do mention it in our social media marketing class, yet you can easily visit Linktree and go ahead and create your own. Header and footer. I'm going to click over to header and footer. I do want to thank Maggie for being in the chat and helping out. She gives great details, and she's right. Creating Linktree takes nothing but a minute, and it is fabulous. I'm going to come over to header and footer here and click on the header and footer. And here, if you have not already selected one, you can come and select a banner or theme from the ones provided in the system, or you can choose to upload a custom banner and image. If you click custom banner and image, it will give you the recommendation here that appears on screen. I'm going to copy and paste it into the chat in case any of you are interested. So if you have someone that can create for you, or you can create one, those are the dimensions: 120 pixels high by 1,600 pixels wide, making it like this, narrow and wide. If you do not want to create or you do not have time, here you can go ahead and select from what is offered in the system. By clicking here first, you can browse and then select on the left-hand side which one interests you. So I'm going to go ahead and scroll down. And let's say, since it's January, I want to flaunt that in South Florida, we can go to the beach any time of year. I'm going to go ahead and select this one. And then I'm going to come all the way down to the very end. Note how many are available for you to choose from. Right. And once I've selected, I'm going to go ahead and click on preview. The preview will take me back to that page. To change the email address, what we recommend, if that's going to be your new way of contact, is for you to send a message to membership@miamire.com. Here in the header and footer, okay, you have the information available, right? And now that I've chosen my new banner, I can come down. If I'd like to add my photo, I simply select use a custom photo and click to change a photo, And by clicking change, I can add my image. Putting your picture, very important. If you have it, add it in so that every time you send a search or they open up the searches that you've sent, they see you. Remember, the more they see you, the more accustomed they become to you, and then they will know that you're their realtor. For branding purposes, on your header and footer, this is the header here, you have here 5 selections that are a drop down that allow you to select from the information tab. So if I want my full name to appear, I select it. I can scroll down and I can select my title. I can select my phone number, select my email address, and my brokerage. Therefore, I'm complying with rules. I have all the information that I need there, and I'm providing my contact information. The cell phone is the one I prefer, so I put it first. You can select all of these right here. I leave the theme defaults because the color scheme is according to what they've created, and then I can continue, and I have a preview of what my header will look like if I were to print reports from the system right here. If I choose to, I can mark on the print footer area a yes, and once I click on yes, so if it's your first time, you click on yes, then you will have the additional 4 drop downs to create a footer. The footer, notice, has the same color scheme as your header, and you can scroll and select. Same as we did above, and the information will show. Notice I did a little switch so you would see it. It's my full name, phone number, email address, and my brokerage. And now to simply save, I scroll to the bottom left here, and click on save. If I ever wanted to go back to the branding defaults, I can select here. And to save, right here, I click save, and again, the message that your changes have been saved. The next tab over is CMA Cover Sheet. Now, before I go over, I do want to tell you that the header and footer influence and are a big part of what you do. When you go to send a search to a customer, they will receive a custom portal page, and this is what they will see on the very top. So making sure that you like the branding and that you have the information that you'd like to show is very important. That's why this class, Set Up for Success, is so important. Coming over now to the CMA cover sheet, you can create a CMA within Matrix. We teach it in Matrix 301. We also have additional CMA courses available to you. The cover sheet then also allows you to add a photo. This will allow the branding in your photo to appear, right, in your CMA that you will provide from the system. It allows you to choose your name. Okay, and if you want to override and put your full name, you can. Put it in your details, and if you would like your website address, you can add as well. Once you do this here, the only thing you need to do is click on the lower left to save. Once you've clicked on save, we're going to come over to email signature. We'll give the system a minute. And here in email signature, this is something that you can type in or copy and paste from an existing signature. You can go ahead and type in your end statement. You can put in your name. You can select and make your font bigger, smaller. Choose a color scheme, right? Make it automatic. None, right? Remove. So you come and you type this in. Now that I've selected it, it wants to do it just like that. You can come in and notice that I put my title and I made it italics so it would stick out. I put my cell phone number and my info. I'm going to go ahead here and delete this, and I'm going to put here let's say I have a word and I'd like to link it. You can link words by selecting them and actually coming to the very top, and you see where you have the little hyperlink here. Let's say that I would like to link that to my website. So I'm going to select it, click on link, and then add the URL. If my URL was from my website and I have it open, I can come and copy the URL, come back into Matrix, and paste it in. Now that I've pasted it in, I can click OK. And that's how you can do a hyperlink. Oops, it didn't work right. Let's do it again. Select the word, select hyperlink. The display text would be this, and this is where I want it to go. What that will do is your email signature, when the customer receives it, they will click and it would take them to your site. Another way to do, or something else that you can add, if you notice I have my email and phone number in that blue for hyperlink, that's easily done. You select it. Of course, since I have it linked already, I'm going to remove the link to show you. You guys would select, click on hyperlink, and then come select the type of link, which in this case is not a URL. I can select, and it is an email. Then it'll ask me where I want the email to go. I type it in. What this will create then is a link so that the person clicks and whatever their email system is will automatically open and be ready to email and address you, allowing them to click, call you, click, email you, click, and get to your site. All by coming in and selecting the hyperlink, the type, and clicking OK. For the phone number, you can select it, select a hyperlink, and in this instance, it's an anchor text. So it would just click. And what that does is, have you ever clicked and been prompted to call? That's what it is meant for. And you come down to the bottom and click OK. This is being effective and using your email signature effectively. So no matter what they got, if they want additional information from you, it's as simple as clicking through. To continue, and if you're done, you go ahead and click save. But before I go on, if you want to mark yourself as a realtor, that is a registered trademark. I'm going to zoom in a little so you can see it. Notice that I have my registered trademark here. To add that, you simply type in what it is that you would like. So realtor, and then you see the omega symbol for special characters. You click, and the registered trademark is right here. Select it and it will be added. That's how you can put in special symbols into the system. And if you call yourself a realtor associate, you can use that mark. Now to save, we simply click save and we can continue. Once we are here, we're done. We're going to come to our agent webpage. On our agent webpage, this is a free webpage that you can create through Matrix. The first thing you must do is enable it. So if it is on disable, you must select enable. Once selected, the URL, it does tell you here what it is that they have set. But if you'd like, you can go ahead and type in. Notice that it's only letters and numbers. All right. So notice that mine is Connie Nieto altogether.scf.mlsmatrix.com. That would be the site that I'm creating here. For my webpage title and my title, notice that I've used the same thing, my name, realtor, or my name, real estate instructor, which is what I am. The content on my page that I have here, I am going to leave on screen. You're more than welcome to take a picture and copy and use it, or maybe use it as an idea of how you can write this content and description. If you're looking to create social media, let's say Facebook, you will need to describe your business. So you can actually create this once and start to add it to your different profiles. Note as well that I explain here what area I'm dedicated to. And you can then go ahead and specify, let's say that you do work Miami-Dade, Broward, Palm Beach, Martin, and San Lucie County, but you're specializing in Broward, in the area of Hollywood and Fort Lauderdale. And you can go ahead and put that info in. Or you're from Miami-Dade and you work Coconut Grove, South Miami, and Coral Gables, right? You can add all that in. Notice that I also put in how long I've lived here. Soon to be switching to 5 decades, right? Again, you can say that you've lived here, that you've just moved and you've fallen in love. And that's why you want to make sure that everyone buys, sells, invest, right, in South Florida. Allow me to help you to fall in love. That's something I've created, the little blurb there with live near beaches, agricultural area, spacious suburbs, beautiful horse country, and amongst our magnificent sunsets. Grant me the pleasure to help you search and find your future home and investment. Isn't that what it is about? So you can actually put there, if you do rentals, you could put, let me find your future home, whether it's to rent or buy or investment. So you can make it yours and personalize it. Here, I took something from the association. Miami attracts those who want to live and work here, right? And if you specialize in Broward or Palm Beach, you can go ahead and make it to you. Looking forward to hearing from you, always allowing them to know that there's a way to get in touch with you. And if you speak another language, I went ahead and took a minute and I wrote a little blurb in another language. What this allows is to let them know that I can also communicate. So if you speak English, Spanish, French, Portuguese, go ahead and write a one little liner to let them know, falamos portugués, hablamos español, right? Parlo italiano, whatever it is that you speak. If not, just put your info and say, willing to work with you from a local or from afar, however it is that you like. Take a minute and enjoy this. Why? Once you write it once, you can go ahead and copy and paste it and use it for your websites, for your social media profiles, and so much more. Always put in yearly reminder to come in and update. Because if you put dates or information or how long you've been licensed, that's going to change, correct? So go ahead and do that. On the very bottom here, once I click this in, I have the ability to add portal selections, and you can go ahead and move these. So I have contact information and inventory slideshow. I can add a portal greeting if I like. I can add a video if I've selected it. Now, if I haven't added video to the tab over, I need to come back and do this again. The next item is your map area. You can choose not to specify a map area, and the map will go to all of Southeast Florida. Or you can restrict, meaning that you only want people to search within an area that you would draw, or you could choose the initial map, meaning that they can look throughout the map, but you want to focus on your area of interest. So do not specify, you don't have to do anything here. The customer would go and click. If you want to either restrict or specify, you select, and then you can modify the map area by clicking modify. If I click on modify, it'll open up a map for me to work on, right? And I have it to all of South Florida. You might have it in a different format. I have it with satellite view, and I do want you to note that if you wanted to select it or you just leave do not specify, it shows all of South Florida. I'm going to remove this to show you that you can actually click through, right? And let's say that you work more the Fort Lauderdale, Hollywood area, you can choose to have it appear here. You can create a rectangle. Now, even if I create the rectangle, if I've selected to specify an initial map, I'm just telling it to open up to this, not to restrict the search to this. And then I click save. And now, oops, there seems to be an error with that. We'll go ahead and we'll report that, but it normally works for you to specify. Let me go ahead and remove. Let me see if it'll let me do it now. And if not, the process I've shown you is what you do. So let's say you want Fort Lauderdale and Hollywood, a rectangle, you select it, you drag, and now you save. It's giving me an error. Maybe they're doing some backup or something is going on, but that's how you normally do it. Remember that if you click do not specify, it will automatically open to Southeast Florida, which is our coverage area. Did you know that we are Southeast Florida and that's why the name on the very top is SEF? So whenever you see that SEF, it's Southeast Florida. It's referring to our MLS that includes Miami-Dade, Broward, Palm Beach, Martin, and San Lucie County. Next after that is another option. Note that I don't have it selected, but if you click here, what you're doing is that you're asking them for sign up information, and it'll ask the person when they get to this site that you've created to provide their info, including name, number, and email. Now, please remember, as a consumer, how would you feel if you just visit a site and automatically they're asking for your info? Some of us will do it if it says 10% off or 25% off your first purchase. But if you're really not interested in your searching and there's other people that I can go get help from, that might turn them away. So it's your choice. If you want them to immediately have to provide you the information, you would select include a sign up form. And if not, you just do not select, you leave it blank. Additional domains means that you can reroute this URL to 5 domains. That means that you would go to GoDaddy or buy domains, purchase a domain, which is a website name, and redirect it so it shows this one. Okay. If you're interested, additionally, you can click here and add the domain. And then we come to the bottom left again and we save. Once you click save here, you've created your site and it tells you we have your site. If you want to view it quickly, you must click view site. And here you have a preview, what you've written, your contact information, etc. Now this is a URL that you could share. You can put it in your email signatures, etc. And it's for free from Matrix. Again, you have to make some change. I'm going to do something quick so it allows me to. Come to the lower left, click save, and immediately when it says view site, click, and this is a preview of the site that you've created. Do you see the importance of the header? All of your contact information, they will be able to find a property and the details that you provided. Coming back to Matrix, we're now going to go to the portal profile. The portal profile is what? Every search that you send to a customer creates a portal page specifically for them. And this portal profile, when we click into it, is what they will see. Now, note, on your site, if you've put on your header, your photo here, your customer will see this same header in the portal. But it allows you to additionally be able to add a photo. If you would like to add a photo, you would click through. I would have to click change. You would just upload your photo, and then if you like, select. That will then change the look of your portal to include a large photo of you. Next item that you can have on your portal is a portal greeting. You can have it in English or in Spanish, depending on how you send your search, and you can put in a welcome message, right? And a text, same thing in Spanish, and a text if you would like. This is the first thing that they would see when they would visit their portal. For inventory and slideshow, if I do write this in, I must remember to come in and click and leave it blue. For inventory and slideshow, this affects your portal and your site. Here, you can select what you would like to show. First come in, my active, my coming soon, my office, right? And IDX the listings. Those are all the listings in the MLS that can be shared. Notice that I did not choose temp and withdrawn because those may not be available. So instead of having those show, I've chosen not to. And once you've made your selection, be sure to select here so that it shows on your pages. Next, video. If you have a video that you would like to share, you can put here what it is that the video is and the link to the URL. So to show you, I'm going to take a minute and open up our YouTube channel. And when I come to our YouTube channel, we have our welcome message here. We have videos that we've added in, and I can come to playlist. Let's say that what I'd like to do here is offer you Matrix Live information. So I would come to the video, click to share, copy the URL, come back into the system and paste the new one. And it tells me an invalid YouTube, and I know why, because it's a playlist. So I'm gonna go ahead and select the first one, click share, copy it, come back into Matrix and paste it. Some of you may say, but I've just started or I don't have one yet. Well, it may be something of interest to you to create a YouTube. You can have information on a video. It doesn't have to be directly of you. And note that people are attracted to video. If it moves, your eyes concentrate on it. And you have the ability to have these on your portal pages and on your site. You would load it, give it a title, put in the URL and select it. And now it's part of your site. Continuing, you have contact information. Here, I do tell you to take a minute. Even though the header has some of your info, you have 10 slots here to select to put in information. Once you select it, just by scrolling down and selecting through the 10 items, right? Once you select, you go ahead and you put the item here. Remember that this info comes from that initial tab, My Information. To finish, you click Save. Now let's see, I'm gonna come to my website and refresh. 1 second, okay. And I don't have it here because it's not my portal, but it does have the contact info that I selected, you see? Now coming back to Matrix, we've gone ahead and we've done all of my Matrix, My Information, including info, header, cover sheet. And to get here, we came on the upper right-hand corner and into settings. There's one more item that I'd like to help you set up before we do a quick search. If I click on settings, we have portal notifications. I really like for you to set these up immediately. So again, right, left, settings, and then portal notifications to click into it. The reason these are important is if you're just starting out or you're coming back and you're retaking this class, this is something that came about probably already about 2 years ago, a year and a half ago, but it is vital and essential. What does it mean? That you can get a notification via email or text or a daily email summary to you of the information of what people are doing with the searches that you've sent. Vital to me always is the first time that they come, and if they're saving searches, and if they're adding notes. These three, I think you should get immediately via email and text, telling you they just opened the search. I want to know immediately so I can pick up the phone or communicate with them as fast as possible. Maybe you do everything in WhatsApp, you got a text and you can click, hey, I see that you're opening up your search. Did you like something? Would you like to help me walk through? And allow you to have immediate response time. Save a search. That means that you've sent them a search. They've gone through your portal and they're doing additional searches. They're going back in and they're looking at something else. An example, they tell you that they want to live in Pinecrest. They want to live in Pinecrest. They want to buy a house from 500,000 to 750,000. And then they're doing a search. They save a search in the Kendall area. What they meant was near Pinecrest or in Pinecrest and on the other side of US 1. You see, so it would allow you to monitor if they add searches and then add notes. Maybe they go into the system and they want to interact in it. So you want to know immediately if they're adding notes. I invite you to come to Matrix 201, where we go over the contact manager and we will show you what you can see with what the person is doing, if they've added a favorite, added a contact, etc. Others that I've chosen are to, whenever they visit the portal, I want to know if they've saved a favorite and any possibilities. If they remove or discard, we can deal with that when we open it up. But if they're adding additional, marking something they like, I want to know. Now, very important here is if you choose text like me, how many of you have your cell phone right next to the computer, or are you watching this on your cell phone? So that means that the texting is important to you. To do that, you can click here to edit your cellular information, right? You have to click. Once you click, it allows you to put only the digits for your phone number. So you would put in your phone number and then select your service provider and have them send you a verification code. Normally, it takes about a couple of minutes for it to happen. So give it a minute when you're doing this, when you're adding it in. What you're doing here is allowing the system to text you. I've already received mine. So it gave me a 4-digit code and I'm going to go ahead and type it in. You need to wait for your own code because every provider might provide a different one, and not because you have AT&T are you going to get the same one I just got. I've gotten different codes in different instances. So what you've done here is said yes that you want to edit, put in your numbers, just the digits, select your service provider, and then enter the code and save your cellular information. Chloe, it depends on the service provider, how long it takes. Sometimes we don't have the best information or connection at the moment, and it does take time. Sometimes in the middle of class I show, and then I have to come back in and redo it because it won't come as quickly. So just give it some time and go ahead and be patient, but this is vital. This is setting you up to success, and I think this is a key portion. I'm sure Maggie agrees. If you're sending something, you want to know what they're doing with it, and this is the way for you to keep tabs on that. Okay? Thanks, Maggie. And then I go ahead and I click save and we're done. Okay, I'm going to go through setting up a very simple search. We've taken up a whole lot of time, but I want you to know to come into the system. Remember, you can't break anything here, so please click through. If you were watching today and you need to come back, remember that we have videos like this available to you at youtube.com/miamitrainers, or by clicking on the dashboard onto Miami Realtors Live and just on the right hand side, type in matrix and you can choose from the selection. All the videos that we put in one, we put in the other, and they're available to you for free. Of course, we love to have you here live, but sometimes you want to revisit something. That's why those are available to you. Okay, now I'm going to come to the top and click on search. There are several search types. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and select RE1, RE2. I'm going to click on RE1, RE2, and I want you to know that searches are divided into 3 segments. That first page: information, location in the middle, and details on the right-hand side. If there is something that you are looking for that is not available here, all of you, if you scroll down over here on the lower portion, you have a way to either add or add or remove. Mine says add or remove because I already have a list of items. If you've never added things and this is your first time, you click add. If you click here, it will allow you to select the different things that you can add to your search. Once you do this for a search type, now I selected RE1, so whatever I'm doing now will affect this search. You can come back to rental and add items. You can come back to commercial and add items. So once you add them, they're automatically saved. Once you come into here, items to search for that we think, all of you should come in here into the search and type in terms considered. Why? Because I want to know if it's FHA, if it's cash only, right? How are payment, what's the payment method that's available? And what I do is I click select and I click add. If I do that, I already have it here. So it's going to tell me you've already selected it, but you will have it added to the side. Once I have my items added to the side, if I want to put them in order, some of you may want to do this alphabetically or how your frame of mind is, where you click and you can move it up or down, selecting the items here. Now, next, I have short sale. Design description was something I put the other day, and it's something about first floor, second floor. If you like, you can add that one. Vital ones after here are short sale. I type in short sale, I select a field, I add it. After that, REO, that's real estate owned. It's banked owned real estate that's already gone through foreclosure and it's being sold by the bank. Select it, add it. Remarks. Some might feel that you don't need all of the remarks. I don't think you do. I have here internet, and then I click on control or command if you're using a Mac, remarks, right? And maybe you want office remarks. So instead of having to click remarks and add one by one, I clicked one, clicked on control or command and selected the others I wanted. I went ahead and clicked add and I added them in. Note that I have remarks, internet broker, and office. Okay. Pets allowed. How many of you have pets and love your pets? Not isolated to just us. Many people have pets, and it's something that people will tell you. I have my dog, I want them to be allowed, right? I have my cat. So you select pets allowed and add it in. The next hot one is association. To add them all at once, in the search, you type in ASSOC. That will allow you to see all three. And again, to add them together, pick the first one, click the CTRL control button or command button on your computer, keep it selected, select the other two, and then add them all at once. And the last one I have here is HOPA, Housing Older Person Act. And the truth is that you might want to put this sometimes to no. Depending on the area you're searching, you really, if you don't have someone 55 plus, you might want to put this to no. So you select it and add it. These are some basic ones for RE1, RE2. Once they're in the selected fields, you simply click back. And now you will have them here in your search in additional fields. So what can I put here? I have active. The type of statuses. We invite you to MLS 401. We invite you to visit our MLS page, miamirealtors.com/MLS. The definitions have been separated right now and are on a sheet that you can keep with you, print it, have access to it on your computer so that you can have a breakdown of what status means, right? So you have active, etc. Let's say I'm looking for a single family. Single. So I've selected active, single, single. Let's say that I wanted to have a pool. Notice the difference between an RE1, which is a single family pool, and a condo residential one that's here. I have waterfront descriptions, amenities, and more. In the middle, I can put a city. I can put an address and a distance from an address. I can put an exact address and even more. Right? An area number from those maps we mentioned, right? A county, a municipal code, township code, a zip code. Let's say that I was looking for properties in this zip code. I put a comma, 33327, right? And I want single family homes in these two zip codes. Separate with a comma, add the additional zip code. I can put a parcel number, a development, a complex or subdivision, or a city. I can scroll and select a city. Got it? To select more than one city, you would click on one, press Control, click on the second one. Right now, single family homes in 33326 and 33327, there are 54 available, but I have not put beds or baths. So then I take a minute here and let's say that I'm looking for 400,000 plus. That means I want any property 400,000 plus. If I wanted 400,000 or less, I remove the plus and I put a minus. The system is telling me there are none. If I wanted a range from 400,000 to 650,000, since the thousands are already marked, I can put in a range and there are 6. So again, if I have a question, there's a little question mark here. I can click and it explains the range idea. If I had just put 400, I would only be looking for properties for 400,000. If I put 400,000 to 650, like I've here, that's my range. If I put the number and a plus, I'm looking from that number and above. And if I put that number and a less sign or minus sign, it's less that. Always right here. I have 6 available. Let's say that I want bedrooms, 3 at least. 3 plus. Same idea of above. Plus means more, minus means 3 or less, and a range from 3 to 5, 3-5. Let's say I want at least 2 baths. Okay. I still have my 6, and let's see if I put 1 half bath, what happens? I'm down to 4. You can put living area, adjusted, etc., where you can put in a range. So let's say I'm looking for 1,500 plus. I have 4 available. And now to see my results, I can either see them on the map, which we will cover extensively in 201. And here I can see the location. I can switch from my satellite view to map view, which is probably what most of you have. And these are the 4 properties in those zip codes. I can also come to results and click on results, and I will get my grid. In 201, we teach you to personalize your grid to create your own, and if you like, make that the default. Notice here that I get MLS number, the status, area number, address, subdivision, listing price, most expensive, right, to least expensive. If I like, I simply click. beds, bath, square footage, type of home, year built. To see them individually, I can click on the MLS number. I click, I look at the picture. Let's say I really like this one, I'm interested, I think my customer would like it. I can come and select it here on the top. How many pictures does it have? 28. How many can it have? Unlimited. Up to 99. If I wanted to see the pictures larger, I can simply click here and see them. Notice that there are links on the very top, including photos, the location, historical, and property history here as well. So if I click here, I can see if it's ever been listed before, what's happened to it when it activated, and the pricing change. A link to Realist, a link to IMAP to get tax detail. But note that the tax detail, if you see here, there is information. That means that it's ready to go. The tax info was brought directly into the system. I liked it, I selected it. To see the next one up top, I've checked one, I click over. Now I'm next, stay tuned, still no photos. Next, right? New listing. I like it as well. How do I go back to the original grid? Up here, agent single display. I've selected two, I want to go back to the display. Why bring you here? Because from here, I can actually take a minute to refine. Let's say I only want to keep the two I've selected. I click on refine, narrow, and it just keeps the two I'm interested in. Now, to send to my customer, it's easy. I come back to the action area and I can email or print. If I choose to email, I can come and either create my contact by clicking here, or if it's an existing customer, start to type. If it's not an existing customer and I want to create my contact, good idea to always do that so you have what you're doing with your customer in the system. Click create contact and you put your first and last name, his email address, how you would like to address them. The system allows you to click on salutation and customize it. So maybe it's someone you know and you call him H, right? And here you can add additional fields or click save. What this does is means that you've added them, and from now on, everything you do, you can connect to them. And then you can see, when we come back to 201, you can see how you can manage your customers. I click save, always a blind copy to myself. Choose the language, click on the subject line, and since I knew that these were homes for you in 33326, 33327. Why would I do that? To help myself, so that when I get the email, if I'm sending to 10 customers, that will tell me in the subject line who it was for. I could even put for, right? And then I'll even be more sure. So use that subject line for your favor. And then your body. Let me know what you like. And since we did the signature and the information, it's right here. And all I have to do is click send. So you're wondering, what do they get? They get an email with a link. And if I click preview here before clicking send, the preview will take me to their portal. This is exactly what they will get. The two properties, the two listings, and my header. Now you know why we took so long and we took our time to set you up for success. So when you start to send, everything is branded to you. I come back to the property here, right? And once I come in, I'm going to go ahead and click send. Now I have not saved the search, I just send them. So here's my suggestion to you. Though I went ahead and I sent this to the customer, I'm only keeping these two. But what happens if I want to keep this criteria? Well, to keep the criteria, I need to come to results and take one more minute after I've sent it to the customer and click save. Okay. And here in Save, I can click New Save Search, name it. Right? And then since I added the customer, I click. Here is the person. So now you have it. If this is a favor for you, click here. All right. And then you go ahead and you save. Why I tell you to do this? Here's why. When you come back into the system, you'll have your recent searches up top, everything you've done. But when you do more than 30, 50, this is gone. So search in my matrix here on the top, and I can see the saved searches. I can see the last run. So here's my search if I saved it. I can see the criteria. So if they come back in 6 months and tell me we're interested now, the same kind of property, I don't have to go, I have saved it. So I can just run it again. Again, my matrix, save searches. All right. And it'll also be under my matrix contacts. You can come to contacts and do the same. Last use, put it in order by last use. And here you have the customer today at 2:03. And when I click in, I have their details. I have what I emailed them and the searches. So use the contact manager that is just yours. No one else sees it. It is the realtors for your advantage. Of course, you can add it as a search. You would click into it, right? Now, let me hear. Here's the criteria. And let's say now they wanted it 4 beds for 4 beds. You would do 4 and plus. And then you just come and see. Okay. I invite you. This was our Matrix 101. It's a lot of information. Start clicking through and get ready. Note that 201 is readily available soon. I believe it's early next week. Let me go ahead and confirm. Thank you, Maggie, for being there in the chat. Thank you guys for being so lively and making it so much fun for us. Monday is a holiday. Next Wednesday, I am here at the same time from 1 to 2, and we will be covering 201. If that's not fast enough for you, take advantage of our recordings, whether it's on YouTube, right, that I showed you here, or on our dashboard by clicking Miami Realtors Live. Thank you for being Miami members, for being with us today. And if you'd like a repeat, join us at 2:30 for Spanish. Take care, best of luck, and I think we can still say Happy New Year. Cheers to a great 2021, and thank you for being Miami members.